Alright, so this week's story time, I haven't made it yet, but this week's story time is going to be on this tractor right here. This is my 1945 Farmall H. As you can see, it's Farmall H. Okay, I didn't lose my keys. I thought I lost my keys there for a minute. Here it is. I don't know why my phone zooms in so stinking much, but there it is. It's I had gotten this tractor probably let's see, it's 2016 right now. I was in 4th grade when I got it, so I graduated in 2014. 2010. It was 2010 whenever I got it, I think. Let's see, 2010, graduated in 4th grade. No, it was 06. It was 2006. My bad. Math is a little off. It's cold and dreary out, so I'm a little slow today. But I got it in 2010, and it's, 2006. I got it down at Waynes Grove during one of their consignment sales. It had come up for they were going down through the row, and Pap looked at me, and he'd just taken cows to the auction, so he knew I had money in my pocket. He looked at me and said, "Do you want that tractor?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd like it." Because I was in the 4th grade. I was like 10 at the time. So I thought it'd be great to have a tractor. So he had went and so they were coming down through the row, and he started bidding on it, and it only went up to, I think, $900 or something. And the guy that owned it didn't let it go. He had a reserve on it. So after they had gone down through, after they moved on past it, we didn't get it. So after they went down through, the Pap went up to the guy that owned it and talked to him a little bit and asked him what he wanted for it. And I don't remember what the guy said he wanted for it, but they ended up meeting in the middle or something at $1,000, which at the time, I thought, oh, who cares? I got a tractor now. So that's what I had. So I'll put a picture in here. This is the way it looks right now is the way after it was painted. One winter Pap painted this in the M, but yeah, I'll have a picture in here. So this is my first tractor. All the other tractors here are Paps. If I hadn't explained that before in a video, all the tractors are Paps. The 3300's Paps, the skid loaders Paps. Actually, I did have a lot more equipment at the time, before in previous years, but I decided it was just better off to sell what I had and just narrow it down, because I did own another tractor, Alice Chalmers WD, that I had gotten off my uncle just because he wanted rid of it. And I sold that, and the Gleaner K went down the road to the same person. But yeah, so this is my Farmall H. I've considered selling it multiple times, but I can just never bring myself to it, because I know how good of a tractor it is, and they're just not worth. I'll never replace it. If I sell the tractor, I'll never replace it. So it's pretty nice. The lights work on it and everything. It doesn't have a battery in it right now because we robbed the battery out because the battery died in the M. But yeah, I didn't do a single. Well, the only thing I did to it was I replaced this tire here, because it had. This is one of the tires it came with, which we're all surprised it still lasts. It's still holding air, as dry cracked as it is. But yeah, so this is this tire, and it had like a 1038 on this side. Well, that tire finally blew out one day, and we had a 12.4 laying around, and we threw that on it. So it has that tire. It doesn't have any wheel weights on it. I'd put them on, but I can't seem to touch them at sales. Wheel weights just go for more than I want to pay for them. I'm willing to pay $100 a set for them, but they always end up going $100 a piece. I mean, it all depends. It all depends who's standing at the sale and who wants them. But yeah. So that's the little story on the old farm, the 1945 Farmall H. Actually, I usually use it to Ted or rake hay with it, but it never. I always end up using that tractor right there. That's a tractor I always end up using to Ted or rake hay. I guess it's because that tractor I can go out through the field 7-8 mile an hour and not feel like I'm going to fly off. Where this one I can only go out the field probably 4 or 5 mile an hour because there's too big of a gear gap in between 4th and 5th. So it's either 4th gear or 5th gear, and you can't go flying out through the field in 5th gear with a Farmall H. If any of you guys know what it's like to drive a Farmall H, but that's the one I always end up using all the time. So this one doesn't get used very often. Once in a while I'll get it out and use it for something, but while I'm here I'll open the... Oh, and for all of you that did know, this week on Auction Time I was bidding on a New Holland TR96 combine. And sadly, no, I did not win that combine. I didn't 100% agree with the terms and conditions they had, so I didn't bid. I only ran it up to $1,000, and it went for $1,800 because the way they had it worded in their terms and conditions, once the machine was sold, it was your problem. They didn't want anything to do with it. I even called them and said, if I buy it, drive down, give you the check, can you have somebody drive it on the trailer or the truck? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, how much extra would it be to have somebody drive it on the trailer whenever I have the truck driver show up? And they were like, we're not doing that. It's the truck driver. It's your problem. And I'm like, all right. So I figured it wasn't worth spending it wasn't worth dealing with the hassle of it. If I had my own truck and trailer, I would have dealt with it, but I didn't. But here sits a 6620. It's ready to go. As you can see, it's raining. I ran beans Sunday with it. Ran a little 1.5 acre field that's up on the top of that hill there. We got like 12 bushel off of it. The deer had mowed off the whole one end of it, so it was really like 12 bushel off of 1/2 acre. It's all greased, ready to go. It's running like a brand new one. Yeah, I have it lean so all the water runs out of it. And then I'll probably end up, we'll probably end up, I'm hoping Sunday I can run beans. I'm really hoping Sunday I can run beans. Or corn, something. I got behind on the way out the road this afternoon coming here. One of the farmers was moving equipment. They were moving their John Deere and their Kinsey grain cart. I don't know if they were moving it or they bought it because, well, they unloaded it on the off-ramp from 322, or at least that's where they were sitting with it. So I don't know if the guy went and he made a wrong turn and decided to go up the off-ramp, or I don't know what's going on. But, well, thanks for watching, and please comment, rate, and subscribe. Have a good day, guys.